Hello friends, welcome on board Tips for Productivity. Tips for Productivity is a means for sharing knowledge on the ways to increase productivity. Viewing and sharing of this content will help me getting a wider reach to this initiative. Do keep subscribed to get an instant update of the tips released on this channel. In the last session, we saw some formulas that could help us in making a calendar. There was one more formula which helps us to draw a calendar into the required date. So that is sequence, which is in Office 365. We can use a function called as sequence. So how does sequence work? So in sequence, we can create a split range of rows and columns where we can start the sequence by a certain number and step by a certain number. So basically, if we call for the sequence function by typing in equal to seq uenc, I type out. Now the function arguments are rows. So it is asking me how many rows you want. Suppose if I say 3 rows, and how many columns you want, 4 columns, and if the next functions are by default taken as 1 if I do not enter any further arguments. So when I type out, it gives me 3 rows and 4 columns because the sequence is calling for 3 rows and 4 columns. Now if you look at it, it is starting with 1, going across the 4 columns and then returning back to the first column, and in a new row it is giving me 5 to 8 followed by 9 to 12. So it is starting with a 1 and it is incrementing by 1. So if we put in further arguments that it starts with 1 and it steps in an increment of 1, then it will be giving me the same result. So by default, Excel sequence functions takes to start with 1 and increment by 1. Suppose if I want to make it as, so it is a spill range. That's the reason why we cannot see a formula written in black. It is grayed out, whereas in the first cell it is written and visible for us to edit. Suppose if I try to edit in the split range somewhere, or if I try to delete, it will not allow me to delete. If I want to type something, it will give me a spill error in the first cell where actually it is having a spill range. So the moment I remove that, it will again give me the sequence. So this is a very wonderful function. So this can be used to plot the chart area where I want to plot the dates. So I can go for a row of 6 rows and 7 columns, so that I have 7 days of week on my columns and 6 rows, so that my full 1 to 31 days calendar can fit it. So this is a very amazing function. Now sequence function can also be used in reverse sequences. So if I say I want to go by -1 as an increment, so it can plot in the negative direction also. The values can be plotted. So those are different uses of sequence function. Since we are now clear with the sequence function, let us move to the working. So I will provide this sheet as a template in the video down below, and you can download the file and use it as a sample. So let us start with working on the calendar. Since I am going to plot the first day of the calendar, let me keep the day as 1. In the meanwhile, I have also made a calendar template where I have 6 rows by 7 columns, 7 columns here for the header of Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and for the calendar name emerge cell, and the input values will be taken from this field. So let me populate for the January 2022 for an example, and let me say that my calendar is starting on Monday. So this is my input values. So what I am going to do is, whatever is the input value in the calendar, I will fetch those cell values here by writing equal to and referencing to that particular cell. So this is year, so I am referencing to year, press enter, equal to, and against the month, again equal to 1, press enter. Now every time I want to plot the calendar to have the first day of the month in the first row, so I will by default look for first. So in the day, against the date, let me call for the date function, where I will call the year from this 2022, then the month from against the month, and the default value I can type in 1, or here since I have already written, let me call it from here. So now I have 1st of Jan 2022 here. So let me just do a custom format so that I can read the month as Jan. I'll just put 3 M's so that I can read it as 1st of Jan. Now week return type, whenever my calendar is actually starting with Monday, is 11. If it is starting with Tuesday, then it is 12. We saw in the weekday formula in the last session. So I will just put the weekday numbers for this particular day. So let me call the weekday function, and I am looking for this. The serial number is this date that I am going to look for. So let me enter a comma. Then I will select this 11 because 11 is the number when it is starting on Monday, and here I have Monday. So that's the reason I have written it 11 here. So let me select this and I'll press enter. So it will fall on a 6th day in the calendar. I'll just drag it. Before dragging, let me fix the date. I'll press F4. I've pressed F4 and I'll enter. Let me drag it down. If 1st of Jan is starting on 6th day, 6th column in my calendar, then there are 5 columns ahead of that. So how do I get the value of 5? I have to do a 6 minus 1. So basically in this column, I am going to do 6 minus 1. So whatever is the value here, minus 1. So I'll just pull it down. So I know I have to start 5 days earlier. Now in this case, 1st Jan, I'll minus 5 days from here. That means I need to start my calendar on 27 so that my 1st Jan will fall on the 6th column. So let me drag it down. Oh, I have not fixed it, so let me fix by pressing F4 so that I lock D and 29 both. Now here I am having 27. Now I need to get my column headers. In this case, 1st of Jan is falling on a Saturday. So basically, whenever it is, now my calendar is falling on Monday. So I need to get column header. So here in the column header, when I am having Monday, so let me have the Monday called from the column header on the start week of the month. So for the column in calendar, if the value that is selected in the calendar here is Monday, and if I am going to find the Monday here, then I will show that this is the first column of the calendar. Okay, so I will use a if function here, where I can say if the value in this array is matching with the selected value. So selected value, so I will just fix it with pressing F4. If it is matching, then I want 1, or else I will just leave it blank now. Okay, and I will copy this formula down. So wherever the condition is true, I am getting 1. If the condition is false, now in this case Tuesday needs to be the second column in the calendar. So I have to add 1 to this 1 in the above column. So I will just call for this function when I am selected against Tuesday, and then I'll replace this blank by selecting this 1 here and then adding another 1 to it to get 2, and let me copy it down. Similarly, I'll copy this above also, so that whenever I have the next selection as Tuesday, so suppose if in the calendar I am having Tuesday here, so the selected value becomes Tuesday. Now what happens is Tuesday gets a 1, even Monday is getting 1. Why? Because when Monday is not matching, what it is doing is it is looking at the above cell and pulling it down and adding 1 to it. So now since a blank cell is equivalent to 0, I am getting 1. But ideally what I want is, I want this number series to continue 6, and then I want to get a 7 here. So basically whatever value is coming in here, if that is available here, then I can just pull the next number down. So what I will do is I will select this cell G3, which is right now blank, and I will say it is equal to G40, which is 6. So what happens is I get 7 against Monday when I get a 1 against Tuesday. So suppose if I just have Wednesday in my selection, so I'll just do a special value Wednesday. So when I am having Wednesday as the selected value, I am getting 1 against Wednesday. It goes all the way to 5, and this 5 is used to add to Monday and Tuesday to get 6 and 7 there. So now I have a rotating week available against the dates that are intended. Okay, so now what I need to do is I need to do a X lookup function. So suppose if these are my calendar headers, so I am just imagining that the values in the header I need to calculate. So whenever it is a 1, I need to put whatever is against the 1 under 1. So I can do a X lookup to get the value under 1. So I can do equal to X lookup. I will look into this array from 6 to 5 in this case. Oh, my lookup value is basically 1 here, and then I look into this array of 6 to 5, and my return value would be from Monday to Sunday. If not found, I can just leave it blank because I will get some of the value and I want the exact match, so I will select 0 and tab out. Match mode, I will make it 0 and I'll just save. So it is now Wednesday, and I need to fix the array, so I will select the array of G34 to G40. I'll press F4. Similarly, I need to fix C34 to C40 and I will press F4. And I need to only fix the row 43, so I will press F4 twice and I will just move out from here. Now I can just drag it across so that I get the values that need to be populated in the calendar. So here I can use these values that are computed here, and I will copy and paste special the formula so that I get Monday and Tuesday. So I have already conditionally formatted whenever it is a Saturday and Sunday. That is the reason I am getting a red color for Saturday and Sunday. So I have got the moving day of week here. So if I now write it as Monday, then what happens is I am getting Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So I have already got the moving day of week. So whatever day of week I need to start, I have got it. And here what I can do is I can write the sequence function in the below. So I will call for the sequence function where I need 6 rows and 7 columns. And I need to start at a particular date. For the time being, I will just write 1 and I want to increment with 1. So the date I need to start will be, I have to look against 1 what is the date in this array, and then I need to start from that date. So we can use a X lookup formula again to compute the date. So here the date in the sequence function needs to be written on the start date. So how I am going to go with the start date? So here I can write instead for the X lookup function where I need to look for 1 in the lookup array. So I'll just go and select the array, and my return array would be the dates that are available here, and let me say OK. So once I say OK, so now I have the dates that are coming. So X lookup, if not found, and then I need to find the exact match. So I'll just type it here. Match mode is exact. And in the sequence formula, by default, if I'm leaving the step blank, it actually steps by 1. So I can just leave it blank, or I can put in 1. So this is how we have populated the dates here now. So this is an Arial black font with 12. So I'll just format it to Arial black, which is of 12, and I'll just center it, and I'll remove the fill color. So this entire thing is Arial black. So this is how we get a calendar. Now we can format this calendar. So I have already written some conditional formatting. We'll redo that. So what I am doing is, whenever my day of week is starting with S, I am indicating that it is a true condition and formatting this cells here. And whenever the month of this particular cell is not matching the month of the date, then date that is selected by us, then it is formatting it as gray color. So basically that are the formats. So let me first go and clear these formats out. We'll do the formatting together. So we can keep a reference of the first date from here, and we can format this cell to give we can select the dates over here first, and we can just go and clear the rules from entire calendar. Basically clear the rules from all the selected cells. Now we select the date area of this calendar, and we go to conditional formatting, and we write a new rule by using the formula to determine which cells to format. So here we say if equal to if, bracket open, month of this particular cell, which is the first cell in my selection, and I will remove the dollar signs against the row and column so that it moves along the selection. If this month of R11 is equal to this month which we have this date, month for this date, so we write month, bracket open, $H $11, because H11 has the date whichever is the first date. Actually we need to put the first date as not the first date, so we need to compute the date there. Actually the January, since our calendar is 1st Jan, I need to make the H11 as 1st Jan 2022. So let us first finish the formula here. So if this month is equal to whatever is the date we have selected for the month, then it is a true, otherwise it is 0. Or rather, if it is not, then I need to identify. So if this is not equal to this, then it is 1, and I'll format the font color as gray color, a bit more darker gray, and I say OK. So now what has happened is, since we have selected the first date, it is looking for the December 2021. So actually I need to write the formula here like date, and I select this year, I select this month, and I say 1, bracket close. So now what happens is, whatever is falling in December or whatever is falling in February, are outside of January, so it is getting identified as a true condition. And since that is a true condition, it is giving the font color of gray. So we have grayed out the cells which are not part of this selected month. Similarly, I will select right from the header till the dates of the calendar, so that wherever the header line is starting with S, I can go and highlight the font color to red. So what I'll do is, I will again go to manage rule, write a new rule using a formula. I can put in if and the first row of the header. I'll select this Monday here. So here in this case, when I move when the formatting is going to move across different cells, I need to fix this row fixed. So I will just remove the dollar against the column and I'll fix it at row 10, and I say R10. In R10 I need to look for the beginning letter to be S, so I need to look for the left hand side first letter. So I will use if left of R$10 first character is equal to inverter comma S, then it is a true condition, else it is a 0. 0 means false. And I will select the font color to be red. And I will make it bold because already the selection is a bold. And I press on OK and I say apply. So now what happens is anything under Saturday or Sunday, because both are starting with S, becomes red. So let me go and try to write in Tuesday. So when my calendar begins with Tuesday, now this red color moves across the cells onto against the under Saturday and Sunday. So let me just let me just format it to no fill and my borders. Now here I need to get the month. So here I can use the text formula from this particular date. So I can say text, open the date, I select this date and I say I want in YYYY format. So I get January 2022. Everything I just format it to a white color or no color. Now we can just format this calendar so that it looks good. So let me select this cells and then make it bigger. Let me just increase the font, make it bold. So now this calendar looks a bit better, and we can hide these columns A to N. I'll just remove this text. Here now we have to create a drop down. So here what we can do is we can create a drop down from this calendar header itself. So I will just go here and say in data, under data tools, data validation, I'll go for list, select this arrow and select this area of Tuesday to Monday, so that now I have the drop down. So I can select Wednesday or Monday and then it will move across. Here we can restrict the user to writing only numericals, by just going to again data validation list. Here I will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So now user can select from the drop downs and move in the calendar. So this is how we can get to the calendar, and we can just format the cells. So we can give some borders by inserting some shapes from here. I'll just insert a shape here. Now what I can do is I can just, once I insert this shape, I can go to shape format and I can go to shape fill and select no fill. I can go to shape outline, weight of those, I can increase the weight there, and even I can look for the dash, like what kind of lines I want. So here I can select the double line under shape format, and by selecting the shape I can even go for gradient fill. Now here maybe I can select some color from the available colors. I can select some color, peach, I'll just remove all the borders initially because I had a border behind. I just want border across here, and I will draw my border by selecting the line, color and style. Let me use a double line. Go to format cells, borders. I'm using double line. I will select so here now if you observe, the cell colors here are in dark red, whereas I want it green. So I can just go to the conditional formatting, manage rules, and what I can just bring this rule up where it is gray colored. So now I have only the dates which are from Jan 2022 in bold colors, and the other ones are grayed out. So this is how you can get to your calendar, and then you can format it according to your likes and get the calendar ready. So hope you enjoyed this video. In the next video I'll come up with how we can get some stock related statistics from National Stock Exchange, and how do we analyze those stocks on Excel. So if you like this content, do share and like this content, and do keep subscribed. Thank you.